Hi, my name is Ann Berry and I'll be your instructor for supporting the health of older adults. I'm thrilled to be teaching this class for the next 7 weeks and I look forward to our time together. We will be spending our time looking at the many different aspects of aging and how we see older adults here and around the world. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a professor at the University of Minnesota in the School of Public Health. I've taught online courses at Arizona State University for the last 4 years. And when I'm not teaching, I am currently serving as the Director of Public Health for the city of St. Paul and Ramsey County, Minnesota. I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's where I'm coming to you today. I've spent most of my career, you'll see this from my bio, but I've spent most of my career working for in high-level cabinet positions for governors in Minnesota. So for the last 5 governors in Minnesota, I've served in different roles. I was most recently the Deputy Commissioner of the Department of Human Services. I served as the Deputy Commissioner for 2 governors in our Department of Finance and as a Budget Director, and then I was the Commissioner of Health almost 20 years ago in Minnesota. I hope what I bring is a real practical perspective on policies, particularly as they relate to our topic in this class, which is people who are aging and getting older in our society. Let me talk a little bit about the rhythm or the structure of our class. For each class, there'll be a video. This is your welcome video, but in addition to this video, each week we'll have a video that pertains specifically to the module we'll be studying that week. And the way this will work is you'll take a look at this welcome and introduction where we look at the site itself so that you have all the resources and tools you need to be a solid participant in the class, and so that we can try to address any questions you may have about how to navigate the class for the next 7 weeks. If you're watching this video, it means that you have made your way to the welcome and start here. What I will normally do is, on a pretty regular basis, make announcements about the class, just reminders about assignments that are due, although they're very clearly laid out in our schedule. I'll just make sure that through the announcements you'll get an email so that you know what to expect. Generally the rhythm is, this week the timeline is a little shortened, but normally the class week starts on a Wednesday, and on Saturday you'll have a set of assignments due, and then the following Tuesday you'll have a set of assignments due. Again, that's all laid out in our course schedule and on the due date section. If you've looked at the Blackboard site, you can see that there are a whole set of navigation tools on the left column, which include each of the modules for each of the weeks of class. We'll start with Module 1, work our way through Module 7. But there's also at the top of the navigation, in the navigation area, there is a course schedule, there is a grading rubrics, there'll be some information that you'll be able to put together your paper that'll be due later in the session, just some helpful tools. Then the middle section is all the modules of class, and then the bottom section has the syllabus. This video is located there. And there's also a technical support spot on our on the Blackboard site, and I think probably you can use either the dial-in number or the chat. I think the chat is really easy to use, and I know that our technical staff are really great about getting back to you really quickly if for some reason you're not able to navigate and use this Blackboard site to its fullest. Our textbook is Aging Matters, an Introduction to Social Gerontology, and as you will see from the syllabus, an e-text option is available for purchase. So for those of you who aren't able to get the textbook, and I know our class is shortened, it's only 7 weeks, if you want to use the e-text option, it's a great option for you to use. Let's see what else. In each of our modules, there'll be some readings from our textbook. There'll also be some additional videos in some cases. And readings, in some cases there'll be additional readings, although I don't have a lot of additional readings. Mostly we work from the textbooks and the videos. Each week then you'll have a set of assignments. There'll be 2 quizzes each week. One is a quiz on the chapters in our textbook, and one quiz will be on the participation related to the videos you watch with each of the modules. This very first week you'll have a syllabus quiz, and you can take it as many times as you need to get it right. I want to make sure that you've actually gone through the syllabus and that you know the requirements of class, what the class expectations are, how you will be graded, the grading distribution for each one of the assignments. I think that's all really important. But again, this first week you'll have the syllabus quiz along with a participation quiz and the chapter textbook quizzes. Going forward, there'll only be 2 quizzes each week, and they're short. They'll be time limited. You'll be able to get to them after you've done. Well, you can get to them right away, but after you've done your readings, do the quizzes, and you'll get graded pretty quickly on each one of those assignments, so you know how you are doing. The class culminates in a paper that you will be posting and presenting. The basis of that interview is an interview that you will do with an older adult. The paper presentation is again described on the navigation bar on the left-hand side of your Blackboard site, and want to make sure that you have all the instructions there. So if you ever have any questions at all, and I'll say this a couple times during this video, please feel free to use my email address. It's located in a couple of places on the syllabus, and it's up on the announcement site right now, but it is barr0369@umn.edu. The last requirement that you'll have each week is 3 discussion posts. On each Saturday, you'll have an initial post addressing a question or a topic that is raised either on the video or in your textbook reading. Once you do that initial post up on the discussion board, you'll then take a look at your classmates' posts, and then you will respond to those posts. Each one of those posts has a minimum number of words that are required, again, very clearly specified in our syllabus, so that you know exactly what the expectation is. An initial post should be thoughtful and lengthy enough to make your point, and there is a word minimum. And on your responsive post, those posts don't need to be as long, but it's not just enough to say, I agree, or yes, I think this is a really good post and I agree with your points. You need to have a thoughtful response to each one of these posts from your classmates, and you'll be using the discussion board to do so. So quickly to run through each week's expectations, you'll have readings, videos, textbook chapters. You will use those for the basis of, and a video to watch, and you'll use those as the basis of taking a couple of quizzes each week. Again, short quizzes generally. The participation quiz is very short. It's usually only 3 questions, and then the chapter quizzes are about 20 questions. The discussion posts, your initial post is due on Saturday. Your second post will be due on a Tuesday. Your 2 responsive posts will be due on the following Tuesday. That will become the rhythm of class, with the exception of the start of class. You'll be doing a syllabus quiz. The very last week when your paper is due, you'll get a couple of extra days. Instead of that being due on a Tuesday, you'll actually turn in your very last paper, or your very last assignment, which is a review of others' presentations, on a Friday. I think that covers all of the basic materials for class. Again, I'm always available by email, and I check my email regularly throughout the day. There is a 2-hour time difference right now, at least during the summer and into the spring months until we hit daylight savings time between me and you, but I keep a pretty long schedule each day, and am usually very accessible. I've already had a couple questions from students about the first announcement I posted, so I know that you can reach me, and I do hope you see that those who have reached out to me know that I am generally very responsive, and try to do so within 8 hours and shorter if I can. All right. I'm really looking forward to our work together, and welcome to our class.